What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Bush League Show. It's your boy, Big Mike.
What's up, Big Mike? This is Jordan Ward. We are in the studio today for another wonderful episode. We have a great comedian in the studio with us right now, Trey Marchant. Is that how you say your last name?
Marchant.
Marchant, yes. Thank you. This is our soundboard.
It's okay. Everybody gets that wrong. I capitalized the A in all my profiles just because everybody wants to go merchant.
Got it.
Actually, Chet, who I've been friends with for over a year now, booked me last night, and I was on his show. Introduced me Trey Marchant, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? That's we've been friends a little too long for you to still be." Anyway, that's my own personal biz. Mike, I hate these like long stares you're giving to me. Like,
This is what he does.
He just stares silently at me and giggles,
And he
while
just
I flounder out here.
this smug little smile. Just
To be honest, I'm thinking of a terrible dad joke about your last name, saying like, "Did you come from a long line of like trombone playing insects, Marchant?" See, I said it was terrible. That's why I was just like, I have to. It was bad.
I mean, you could have been like, I didn't know your favorite Dave Matthews song was "Ants Go Marching."
Ooh. Do you know that song?
Of course he does.
No, I'm actually not a DMB guy. No.
Good.
Are you
Good.
Are you an Oliver Tree guy?
Yeah. But, did you know that he rides scooter professionally?
Oh, he does? Tell me more.
Oh, dude, there was this one time when he was at a skate park and they were like, "You can't use that scooter," and then he was like, "Oh, I'm going to use that scooter," and then he, in his like full Oliver Tree getup and his terrible haircut, went in and just ripped a bowl.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy because that story sounds just like the story I told you right before we started the podcast. That is insane.
That's not verifiable. I heard him tell that story actually earlier.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Get that mic closer to your face.
Oh, all right. Yep.
Yeah. Put that.
You've got a soft voice, so we need to.
All right. I can speak up as well.
Yeah.
Bro, you gonna take that? I would never let another grown man tell me I have a soft voice.
Nah, you got soft hands though, brother.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, we are fighting after this. Any comics I see Trey Marchant in the next couple weeks, if he seems a little jumpy, I didn't take him to the back alley. Pause.
Yeah, and then he used them soft hands on me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Well, you got to with this dry winter, you got to keep moisturized.
Dude,
so.
I do cocoa butter after every shower though, so my hands are actually pretty soft. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
So when he puts hands on people, they're like, "Ow, wow." Anyways, Trey, thanks for coming in, man. Really appreciate it. Dude, Mike and I were talking on our way here, and we're like, we know of you, but I don't know a lot about you. Mm-hmm. So take it away. Give me your autobiography.
Yeah, dude. Where are you from? Are you from here in Colorado or?
No, I'm from South Carolina originally. I've been
What?
Yeah.
We're at in South Carolina.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Like the third most relevant city in the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a buddy who works for Jewel who lives in Greenville. So
Jewel.
Jewel. Yeah. Juul. We're not
dude.
sponsored, but
Not yet.
not yet.
I heard you know a guy.
I do. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking my geography right now. It's Alabama, Georgia, and then South Carolina is right on like the northwest of Georgia. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Y'all share a border, right? South Carolina.
Yeah,
and
we
Georgia.
share a border, and then we also share a border, like a little border with North Carolina, but it's mainly South Carolina. Yeah, you've got, like you said, third most important. I would argue it's like fifth or sixth.
Oh, most important. Really?
I'm sorry, least important. Never mind.
Well, I think it goes like Charleston, Columbia, Greenville.
Okay.
Yeah, Columbia. That's where USC is. That right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there once.
Oh, it's a garbage city.
Oh,
it's a terrible,
dude.
terrible city. Hot all the time.
Yeah.
Humid, just crime filled.
Yeah.
People don't lock their cars because you will just get your window broken.
See,
Just roll your windows down. That's what I would do.
Yeah, just let it happen.
Well, I was like 16, and we went down there, me and my friends, for Alabama football. It was actually the year after we won the national championship, and so we're on our high horses going into South Carolina.
That could be like any year, dude.
Oh, bro, yeah. Well, this is the year we had lost to Texas A&M. I think this is the year that Auburn
Johnny
won.
Manziel.
Yeah, it was like 09 into 2010, and as young as we were getting into some shenanigans. They tailgate hardcore in Columbia, and so we got into some shenanigans. By the time we bought these fake employee pass tickets to get in, and at this time the employees were just so tired and fed up they looked at it like knew that they were like we each paid like $30 as some guy like standing outside. We get in, but like come halftime, I'm talking this middle-aged man, and we're obviously like kids. They start talking smack to us, but we're big, like me and the homies played football, so we're like bigger kids, and we like almost got to fighting with these grown ass men. Bro, it was like, yeah, but that was my first day ever in like Columbia, like South Carolina for real. Like I'd never really been to South Carolina.
Yeah, everybody's super polite in South Carolina until you're at a sporting event wearing a jersey that they don't support, and then it's fucking Israel Palestine, dude.
Oh yeah,
everybody was trying to
worse.
fight. Well, yeah, and the tailgate people, like, you know, they were cool. People were coming up giving us, you know, they weren't giving us drinks because we were underage. They were giving us high fives and daps, you know.
Yeah, wink, wink.
And Coca-Colas.
I think the statute of limitations over on that.
Shut up. No, but yeah, man, sorry. But yeah, dude, South Carolina, that's
okay, cool. How long have you lived out here?
14 years.
Nice. What
Damn,
what brought you out here?
Yeah.
32.
You're 32.
Yeah.
So you were what, 16?
18.
18. I can't do math. I'm sorry. Did you move straight from South Carolina out here?
Yeah. I went to school at Boulder, and
Okay.
then I moved to I lived in Ireland for a year, and then I moved to Denver right after that, and I've been here ever since.
Oh, wow.
Wait, so can you do an Irish accent?
No.
You lived there for a year.
Not
Tell me
no.
Lucky Charms. Come on, man.
See, that was perfect.
Yeah, all right.
And I'm black.
Black Irish.
Black Irish.
Black
Oh,
Irish.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
What made you want to go to Ireland for a year?
I never studied abroad in college, and my girlfriend at the time was living in Spain studying abroad, so I just wanted to be in Europe and travel around and shit.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then you said, back to Boulder, back to
Said
Denver.
My work visa's expired. I have to leave. They will deport me.
Yeah. Dang, dude, what is that like? Like living in another country and like having a visa and like the stress of like, oh, I have to like go back. And do you just, I don't know, because I've heard about people like missing their deadline or like forgetting about it or like not getting the notice that they have to go back. And then they like end up, they like just getting picked up, getting arrested or something. They'll just be randomly like pulled over and, oh, dude, you're supposed to be back in America a month ago. And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, mine was actually super straightforward. It was a like a graduate exchange student. So like as soon as
Okay.
you graduate, you get a 1-year working visa, and you register with their immigration service and everything, and you know exactly when you have to be out by. So I was chilling, man. It was pretty streamlined.
Cool.
So how long have you been doing comedy then?
I did my first open mic like November 2019, and then I did like maybe 10 mics over the next 3 years. And then I really started like getting into it, hitting them like every week at least in October 2022. So that's when I kind of count my start date, because I didn't really like, I'd been on stage before, but I didn't really commit until last October.
Do you think COVID, like, because you said you started 2019, COVID, did that affect how many times you were getting on stage
Oh,
in
yeah.
those couple years?
Yeah, and I was moving around a lot then too. So like I was living in Colorado Springs. My first set was at Looney's. And-
Looney's, yeah.
And then I moved to Silverthorne during the summer, and then I moved to Denver, and then I don't know, I just like didn't find my feet for a while. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what's up.
What made you want to go up?
I think I'm not sure. I was a big fan of stand-up comedy all the way through from my early 20s, and big fan like Jim Jeffries and Bill Burr were like my early influences, Mulaney as well, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed like watching stand-up, and I didn't think that I could write jokes like that, and then I wrote a joke, and I was like, I want to try this, so I went and tested.
Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, it was my teacher joke. I still run it. It's
Oh,
Nice.
wow, dude,
it's one of my-
what?
that was my first joke.
Fuck yeah.
That's still one of my closers.
Yeah.
So.
That's a strong way to start, dude. But yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of like Mulaney, then it's like, yeah, you kind of joke writing is, I don't know. Do you like Jesselnick too?
Oh yeah.
What do you feel? Yeah. That's what's up, man. What did you go to school for though?
Economics.
Economics. Okay.
Finance.
Okay.
I was
That
economics, and then
makes sense.
they were like, it's going to take you another semester. And I was already on my 5th year, so I was like, what's going to not? And
Victory lap, bro.
switch to finance. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I got that degree, though.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't work in that. I'm doing sales engineering now. I like just started a new job last week.
What the fuck is sales engineering?
I have a background in software engineering, but I do more customer focused stuff. So I'm like the technical expert on like sales calls and do product demos and stuff for software companies.
Interesting. Okay, I'm still a little confused, but
Yeah.
that sounds important.
Well, when you're doing when you're selling software from your company that sells software to people who are trying to buy it, you need somebody who can speak engineering to the engineers who are going to be implementing the product.
But
Okay,
also
I
speak normal to the people who are like, hey, this isn't working.
Got you. Interesting. Oh, that's really cool.
You liking it so far? I mean, it's a week on the job, basically.
Dude, it's only training so far, so it's people reading fucking PowerPoint presentations to me all day. I was like screaming internally and yawning during my last meeting.
Is it live, or do you like have to see it on the computer? Like
Half and half. The live ones honestly are way worse because you have to pretend like you're not yawning. So I'm doing a lot of like closed mouth yawns, which just makes you look like.
He's really into this, guys.
I don't know. I don't have that mechanism. If I'm yawning or anything, like I'm letting it be known, even if it's a quiet one. I'll hide it, but you gonna know I'm yawning, dude. Like it's hard for me to hide. I'll be having heavy yawns though.
You seem like a heavy yawner for sure.
Thank you.
Another Colorado seismic scale evaluation. Big Mike yawned.
Big Mike.
So, all right. So October 22nd, is that kind of like when things settle down for you and you're like, all right, let's do this for real?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of also wanted to, like, I knew I wanted to pursue comedy, and I wanted to be in, like, a place where I was financially stable enough to do that, because a lot of people, sleeping on couches, scraping money together, and I wanted to, like, have, like, a career path, so I kind of focused on work for a while, knowing that comedy was what I wanted to focus on in my free time, and then I finally got to the point where I was, like, able to do that, and then I got laid off in March, so.
Nice.
Damn, like last March 2023?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I was unemployed for, like, 8 months, dude. It was a long fucking time.
The fun employed gang.
Yeah, but I mean, my comedy really grew a lot during that time. So that was nice.
It's a sacrifice.
Right.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I had to adjust my sleep schedule in like 2 days to start my new job. To like, my work starts at 8 a.m. now, and I was waking up at like 11:30 for the past like 6 months.
Yeah, I know that. Dude, I've had to go through that. Like, I mean, because I moved out here for culinary school like 5 years ago, and but that's like one thing. Depending on the restaurant you work at, like I was when I was doing barbecue, I would have to be in there like 7:30, and it was like I'd gone from working one restaurant to where I was like getting in there at 4 in the afternoon, 2:30, 4 o'clock, and not leaving until like 1, 2 in the morning, and then having it completely switch on me. And this was like before I even got into comedy, so I don't know, like that's hard. I hate that. And like now I'm like, I wanted to keep the habit of like getting up early, getting up early as possible, but holy shit, yeah, dude, when you're doing comedy and you're out at the minimum 3-4 nights a week, past 12 doing open mics, it just makes it so fucking hard. So, dude, more power to you and good luck, basically, with this new job and trying to keep comedy, because
don't get too burnt out. That's
dude.
Because I haven't, like, my sleep in is like 8 o'clock because I got to get the kids up and like going to school and stuff. So when I first started, I was getting home. I was doing like 5 to 10 mics a week when I first started, getting home at like 3 a.m. every single morning, waking up at like 7. It sucks. So, with that being said, congrats on your corporate job.
Thank you. It's nice to have healthcare back, honestly.
Yeah.
It was, rocky
Just like
year last year.
Just like living in a bubble for a little bit. Just get a cut. You're like,
Did you have any major injuries while you?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I didn't tell you about my testicle.
No,
this is real.
Yeah. No, I got testicular torsion last year, which is when your one of your best
ball
friends
gets
spins around
spun,
itself.
yeah.
Oh my god.
A bunch. Yeah, they have to manually reset it. That was fun.
You can lose it if it gets too bad.
A lot. Everybody who only has one nut, it's because of testicular torsion as a kid. Like that happens a lot in like sports and stuff.
I do have a buddy who had testicular cancer,
all right.
But he's got a
way to bring the mood down, Jordan. Jesus.
He's fine now. He's a survivor, and he's got a fake ball.
Oh, you got a fake one put in?
Yeah,
Did he meet?
he met Michael Jackson.
No, I wanted to see if he met Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Do they have a
He
convention?
said he doesn't meet with cheaters.
Is there a convention for dudes with one ball? It's like one ball convention.
They got T-shirts.
Just a bunch.
They play 3-6 Mafia half on a sack on
Yeah.
repeat.
If they should come together and make their own brand of cue balls. Yes.
See, Mike's fleshing this out, and now I get to hear this joke for the next 2 weeks at every open mic. He's going to be like, "Why don't people with one
I
ball?"
don't use these jokes. This is
bullshit. You used a joke last week. I don't even remember.
Exactly.
Narc Night, which was really funny. Actually.
Dark Knight. That's stupid. I hate that. That's dumb. It's dumb. We're not going to bring that back.
Sorry.
Up. Anyway,
back to your. How did this happen?
Oh, okay. So
How'd your balls get twisted?
it's really fucking stupid and embarrassing. But I was just at the gym and I did a lot of crunches. You know how when you're doing crunches, you don't know where to put your balls. Like, do you like squeeze them between your legs? Do you like let them like kind of? There's no good place to put your balls when you're doing crunches. And I
Just
did,
tuck them in your asshole.
Yeah, see, that's what I did, and my legs were like squeezed, and I guess through like 30 minutes of just because I was waiting for my buddy to get off the phone, and the phone call went on a really long time, and I just kept crunching, and then later that night I was like, ow. And
How bad did it hurt?
It was actually some of the worst pain I've ever experienced.
oh god,
Yeah, walking. So it grew to the size of a kiwi.
Holy
what the fuck?
Yeah, it was like triple in size because what happened was when your balls get injured, the like porous tissue on them is super prone to infection. So infections can come from anywhere, and it got like almost immediately infected once I injured it, which is called orchitis, and that's like it literally was like the worst pain I've ever been in. My doctor said that he only prescribes pain pills, like opiates, for car crashes and testicle injuries. And I was like, yeah, that seems pretty accurate because I was like limping around. I had to go to the hospital actually and get like.
How long did you wait, or did you
2
go
days.
pretty?
I waited 2
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
Fuck.
Hold up.
It kept growing.
Your doctor's like, hey, yeah, what's up with you? Yeah, I broke my arm. It's fucked up. Oh, damn, what happened? Fell off a ladder. Oh, I got you ibuprofen. Sorry, my guy. Like, wait.
When I broke.
Only car crashes,
When I
bro?
broke my arm, they
Car
gave me
crashes.
800 milligram ibuprofen, and I was like, I need something a little bit stronger.
It's like,
for this.
no, you were being stupid. You only get ibuprofen for being a dumbass.
Yeah,
but
I'm sorry.
that's crazy. That's why I don't go to the doctor, man.
Okay, so did you have to get surgery?
No surgery. The doctor had to like manually retwist my boy, and no pain pills before that.
So you were completely awake and 100% there. He didn't give you a shot down there or nothing? A numbing?
No, they gave me pain pills. Like I took it like right before he started, but it didn't kick in.
Did he at least finish the job?
Well, he got it twisted back.
No, like, you know.
Oh, you mean like a little rub and tuck? Dude, I couldn't masturbate for weeks.
Jesus.
Yeah. And what's funny is that it delayed a trip. So I was like literally supposed to leave 2 days after the injury to see my girlfriend in Austin, Texas, and I was going to go and do like the mic circuit and everything down there. Fucking had to delay that for a month. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. It really kind of fucked everything up.
That's wild, bro.
It was funny while it was happening, though. I was like, it's hilarious how much pain I'm experiencing right now because I did like too many crunches one day.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to the gym.
Yeah.
It was like, this is just another reason for me to just.
That is fucking
the only crunches I need in my
terrifying.
life are Crunch Wrap Supremes.
Ooh. I'm off the T-Bell this
Captain
year.
Crunch.
Is that a 2024 goal? No T-Bell?
Yeah, no, it's fast food twice or less a month. That's
Twice
the
or
goal I
less?
set
You know
myself.
what? I probably should start following that.
Yeah, because I've already been to Chick-fil-A once this year. So.
Damn.
See, that's my crux is
See,
Chick-fil-A.
You got to bend the rules and go to fast casual.
Good. No, I went to
Five Guys, teriyaki madness.
So I decided that the loophole is if you go into the restaurant and not drive through, that's not fast food. So last night I went to Raising Cane's.
Nice.
I can't help myself.
I like
it's so
it.
good.
Dude, Raising
I
Cane's
like
is
it.
great.
Oh.
It's good.
What?
Yeah,
What's wrong with that?
it's good.
It's
so
good. You've
It's
had
good.
Zaxby's, obviously. Yeah. That's the closest thing to Zaxby's out here, and I love Zaxby's.
I miss
Better than
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's, bro.
It is better
I
than
don't
Zaxby's.
know,
I
man.
agree,
don't know
but
about that, bro.
I've got the nostalgic factor for Zaxby's, which is just like I haven't had it in so long.
Okay, well, if you have it again, notice how there's way too much potato in the fries and the breading is not as is like overbreaded. The chicken tenders.
I like that though. I like a lot of breading on my chicken tenders.
Oh, I like the light breading. I think it's nice.
I like to taste my chicken.
Yeah.
You know, I
If
want
the chicken's big enough, if they're decent enough tenders, then you're good. I like that breading. You get a little more crunch when it's fried right. You get a little more crispy, and you can put more sauce. You can take more sauce on the chicken.
I want ASMR that's just Mike talking about
Me too.
just.
I hate it though.
And they got the
Fucking hate it.
kicking chicken sandwich from Zaxby's. They take the tenders, toss them in there. That buffalo sauce that they got at Zaxby's was on point, bro. I don't know what they was doing to it, but it was
The Zuffalo.
like, yeah, their buffalo was like different than like most other buffaloes. They like seasoned it. They put like pepper and like garlic or some shit in it.
Zaxby's is one of those places where I've never branched out from what I know I like on the menu. Like it's just tenders and fries. Like they're
Yep,
so
3-finger
fantastic.
combo.
Why
No,
would- Three
bro.
fingers,
I
too.
got everything on the bro, and
My little
everything
stomach
else
can't
was so.
take anymore.
The wings, I love to get in the tenders and wings combo. The wings and things combo. You get like, it was like 4 or 5 wings and then like 3 tenders with the fries. That was good, and then the sandwich, bro, was fire. Anyway, sorry.
Where were we before?
I don't know. We might have to go to churches after this. Though.
I'll take
Dude,
you to
All
church.
right, so this might not surprise you, Mike, but I've never been to churches before. I went for the first time to this one on Federal.
Ooh.
And man, what a terrible experience.
I'm not surprised.
Customer service was awful.
Mm-hmm.
The wait time was long.
Uh-huh.
My order was wrong.
Yep.
And the food was cold by the time I got it.
Damn.
Yeah. You had the church's experience.
Yeah.
That's
Take me
unfortunate.
to church.
And because I know back in Alabama, like churches was there. It was there. There was only the only 2 that I even knew of. There was one on the campus of Alabama A&M, which is HBCU. It was literally like right on the campus, like right next to the football field. And it was like a little, little strip mall, a little something. And I think there was like a club and the churches, and then there was, and that
Club
was like,
churches.
bro, that was like it was.
Free thigh with every twerk.
That place was delicious. But then in Greensboro, Alabama, where my grandma and my dad's from, there's like very small town. The only fast food establishments, there was a McDonald's and a Church's Chicken right next to each other. And that was it.
You know they
so
had
growing up
street
eating
wars.
churches was like, yeah. Oh, I mean, you either getting a Big Mac or you're going to get a 3-piece and a biscuit.
Jordan, do you ever feel like Mike is baiting you, like talking about there being a churches on an HBCU campus?
No, we got.
I want you to think of something.
We got through it. We got through that.
Beaverwood.
Yes.
Well, Beaver's a
Grayson
shock.
Wood.
I'm just thinking about church. I'm just thinking about food right now.
Me too.
Actually, no. It's more so like I want to make fat jokes because he talks about food so much, but I don't think he's fat. So,
I am. There's no question about it.
oh, PH.
No. FAT. I'm obese.
Welcome,
Even at your height?
welcome to Mike's
Yeah.
intervention.
Fuck yeah. I'm like I'm probably about 320, 325 right now, maybe 330.
You're 6'6", right?
Maybe a little more than that. Yeah. Yeah, I should be in the league, I know.
His hands aren't quick enough.
Psh, no, that wasn't the
Too
case.
Yeah, too soft, right?
My knees weren't strong enough. My quads.
I was gonna say,
I've got if you look at my anatomy, my legs compared to like my upper body, it looks like, oh, what the fuck? Like they're very thin. Yeah.
he skipped leg day. No, what happened was
Chicken wing legs.
he was in a very, very much like an.
Yes.
Let the record show that Mike is laughing.
More like turkey.
He was in a Michael Oher situation where the airbag was going off, but he didn't catch it in time, so the kid died,
What?
and that's
What?
why he's out of the
What
league.
references?
What
that?
the
Michael
fuck?
Oher,
Talking
Blindside.
about Blindside.
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't watch white savior films. I'm an ally.
See, I'm sorry. It looks like you have a whole collection of white savior films.
Do you have a mirror in your house, Jordan?
I have several. I know what I look like.
You look like you enjoyed American History X all the way up until the end.
Bro, no joke. That's one of my favorite movies.
Edward Norton is just such a good
Hey,
actor.
Edward Norton is that guy, though, bro. Let's go ahead and I'll give Edward Norton his flowers as a
Edward
fellow
Norton's best
thespian.
movie,
His best movie.
The Hulk.
No, The Incredible Hulk.
I'm sorry,
Don't
The
disrespect
Incredible
it because the
Hulk
Hulk.
was the Michael Bana one.
Yeah, well, Eric was Eric
Eric
Bana.
Bana.
Yeah, either way, that was garbage. I remember as a kid, I didn't even like it. I was like, anyway, But yeah. What other movies did Edward Norton do?
Fight Club, brother.
Yeah.
Fight Club. That was like, there was another big one, yeah. Which is arguably maybe one of, like, I don't know. Everybody knows about Fight Club.
Yeah, that's like men's Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I like that.
Oh, I love that.
Like a
good.
defining
Yes.
generation of men.
Yeah, for real.
Dude, if you watch that movie, it's even more poignant now. Like it's just all about how everyone is just like complete corporate stooges, just going through the motions. To what is it? The quote about working a job you hate to earn money to buy things you don't need. Like that's just like the anti-capitalist kind of.
A lot of a lot of those characters, I feel like you can, I don't know, pretty like mirror certain aspects of society. Basically, I'm just saying what you said, but like in a more, in
a better way.
No, not a better way. Just my perspective. No.
oh! All I
that's
took
rude.
from Fight Club was I learned how to make soap.
Oh my god. His name is Robert Paul.
Paulson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
That
let's
was
get.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Yeah, that was Meatloaf.
That's an obese man.
Is he still alive? Or did
I think he died.
I was about to say, I think he passed. Rest in peace, Meatloaf.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Meatloaf was responsible for a lot of like things that people didn't know about. He was like an amazing songwriter.
He would do anything
amazing
for love,
songwriter,
right?
musician.
Was
No.
Was that Meatloaf? All right, producer, look that up. While we're doing that, I'm going to get us back on topic.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so October 22nd,
October 22.
October of 2022, you start getting back into it.
Uh-huh.
What have you what has been so far like the biggest accomplishment that that you would say is like this is a stepping stone, and then we'll flip it. What has been that moment where you're just like fuck this?
The highest high for sure was doing the Fort's Funniest competition and making the semifinals.
Nice.
That was sick.
Oh wow! Wait, whoa! When was that?
That was last May.
Sick.
Yeah, that was super nice. And then I fucking bombed the semifinals. That actually wasn't the lowest moment. I think the lowest moment. Oof. Give me a second on that, but I'll talk about the semifinals. So I had just gotten health issues. I had just gotten my stomach ulcers diagnosis. So I quit drinking for like a month after that. And this was while I was like starting to do comedy sober. And because generally I would always have like two tall boys was like my sweet spot before a set. And I went on stage for the Fort's Funniest semifinals. And after was crushing for 3 minutes and then blanked. Drew a complete blank on stage. And I was like, guys, I just forgot what my next joke is. Fuck. And I did win the crowd back, but that's not how you advance in competition.
Yeah.
So
How many minutes were you doing in that?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Halfway through. Damn.
Because I was going so fast, and I was like, when you're just like really like the energy of the crowd like infects you, and you don't slow down, you speed up. That's like a rookie mistake that I like know better than to do now. But like at the time, I was just like speeding through it, and totally blanked, totally spaced. That did suck. Lowest moment was like technically before October of 22. I bombed on Kill Tony at Skankfest in November 2020.
Do you know what episode you're on?
Oh.
It didn't get aired, thank God.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, I have pictures as proof, but the video has been lost to the ages, thank God. It was so bad, dude. I tried. I acknowledged that I was bombing. That was the only laugh I got during the set.
What was the worst part? The actual set or the interview? Were you able to make something of the set from the interview, or was Tony just like, nah?
No, Tony didn't like me because I was being closed off because I didn't know how to be interviewed in that situation, and I had just started a new job, and I was like, oh, what if they see this and then I get fired? And now I'm like, I don't whatever. But yeah, I was being kind of closed off, and you know how he hates interviews where they won't give good answers. So yeah, but Big J was on that, and he just roasted me, and that was very funny. I was wearing this floral Hawaiian shirt. He says, "You look like a Bahamas date rapist."
Oh my God, that's great.
Savage, but
It's an honor to get roasted by Big J.
that was
dude.
that was fantastic.
Fuck yeah.
So that was the high point of the lowest point was Big
Okay.
J being hilarious.
Damn.
How many people were in the audience?
500.
Oh.
And this was my 10th time on stage. So I just shit myself.
Shit. Was that in Vegas?
No, it was in Houston.
Houston. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Skankfest. I want to go to Skankfest. Dude, I hear so many crazy. All
Yo,
the
let's go to
videos I
this next
see.
one.
Are they
I'm
permanently
down.
in
I'm
Vegas
definitely
now?
down.
They've done the last 2 in Vegas. They're either doing
Yeah.
this one in Vegas or like somewhere in Florida, like Fort Lauderdale or something.
Oh, okay.
Fort Lauderdale.
If it's in Florida, I don't know about that.
It's not Fort Lauderdale. It's somewhere in Florida.
Okay.
Well, damn, that's so cool. What was the experience of like looking out into a crowd of 500 people and not getting a laugh?
Oh, dude, it was terrifying. I said, like, after my first joke bombed, I go, "Oh God, this is how this feels," and they laughed at that, and then they didn't laugh again.
Yeah, that was probably a mistake. Cause you let them know like, oh shit.
Well, what's interesting is like it kind of like it. There's no one solution for correcting for a bomb.
Yeah.
Like it won't work with every crowd, whatever you do. But that did work. Like they gave me more patience instead of silence. They gave me like,
Okay.
like they were more sympathetic because at least showing self-awareness that you're bombing sometimes is all that it takes to like not continue to bomb.
Yeah.
Depending.
Because they're like, oh, he's human.
Yeah, or
Not
like
really.
at least he's not so deluded that he thinks he's crushing.
Yeah.
Because then you want to give that person nothing. Me personally, as an
That,
audience.
no,
Yes,
that makes sense.
yes.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, you guys never bomb? You don't have this experience?
No.
Oh yeah.
I ne-
All the time.
I never
my
not
guy.
bomb. I just
Ah, yes.
I'm just thinking about. I was like, yeah, I've definitely been like, okay, all right, just been like, all right, like that's what I'll do. I'll just look down and just okay, all right, and that's it. And they were like, yeah, nigga, you're sucking ass right now. I'm like, okay, all right, I feel y'all. I get quiet for a few seconds. I can't. It's like I'll get quiet. I forgot it was some show that I did in the past couple of weeks, and the premise we had to do like a minute of comedy. Do you know who show this possibly could be?
Here in Denver?
Yeah.
who's riffing who?
No, who's riffing who? That was different. This was one that was like
It's peak podcasting.
dude, I can't remember what it was.
Jogging
but
Mike's memory.
I remember I was like, it was something, and it was like only had like a minute to like do the joke, to do your joke or whatever, and then like to say the bit. And I remember being like, oh, this is fucking hard. I'm talking, I was like 10, 15 seconds in, and I was like, what the fuck? Why can't I I'm like, I should be able to, and it was just
Oh,
it was
wait,
like,
was it not Punchline Jeopardy, right?
Not
Or
Punchline
Was it a Wide
Jeopardy.
Right one? Because there's another Wide Right one.
it was something at Wide Right, I feel like.
Joking Bee?
Amuse Booze.
No, I haven't done Joking Bee. That was after the Amuse Booze that I just did. Man, I can't. I feel like it might not even
I've done
been
so many shows, I just don't even
an
remember.
official show. No, stop. I'm really, no, because
stop.
it might have been like something at like an open mic or like something, man. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry, but it was I just recently and it was just like, yeah, that 1 minute. I'm like, for me, I don't know. That's
Here's the thing, though. I've been thinking about like whether I would want to do Kill Tony again, and I don't think that I'm made for that. Like, I think there are people in Denver who would be good interviews and also have the delivery style. Like, I think Jake to Pizza would get a regular ship if he was to go on Kill Tony. But like, I don't think that I would be a good interview because like, I think about it all the time. Like whenever, do you guys watch Kill Tony regularly?
Yeah.
So like he'll do the thing where he's like, "What's one interesting thing about you? Something that we'd be interested to know." And I'm like, I got nothing for that question. I've literally picked up hobbies to try and get a better answer to that question. Like, oh, I'm picking up guitar. Oh, I'm rock climbing. Oh, I'm doing this and that. I'm like, no, dude. I just like kind of am boring in that context. Like I've never been to jail. I've only been to
Testicular
detox
torsion.
twice.
That story,
Yeah.
that would get some intrigue for sure.
That's definite.
You talk about your dick on Kill
Yeah,
Tony.
you just be
There's like
I
four
almost lost a
topics.
testicle, but
There's-
I did.
There's like four.
If I lost
They
it,
go, oh, you almost did? Well, what the fuck?
if I lost it, then that would
Then
be,
it would be a good story. Yeah, almost losing it's kind of like, well, pussy.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
Yeah,
you limped
never
around
mind.
for a while?
Oh, hey, by the way, you guys, I'm sorry.
We have not been recording.
Meatloaf did do I Do Anything for Love.
Yes.
But I won't do that yet.
All right.
That was the loaf of
You know
meat.
what? That's
My
on us
favorite
for
Dr.
doubting
Pepper
you.
commercial.
Is that a
Sorry.
Super Bowl commercial?
No, this was like that's like 5-10 years ago. It was like somebody was denying a Dr. Pepper or something, and the guy was like running away afterwards.
Hey, pull it up,
But
man.
I won't do that.
Jamie,
Yeah, pull it up.
You got producer Mike here.
Yeah, there's
all the
only
ones and twos.
there's only like 4 or 5 topics. Well, not, but like there's 4 or 5 topics that if you hit with Kill Tony or have jokes about, they're gonna be more, I think, open to laughing, like trans jokes, racial jokes, mentally challenged jokes.
Yeah, I'm like, if I got myself a good disability, I would go on Kill Tony.
For sure.
Yeah, a good visible one. Like one that makes people uncomfortable.
Have you seen Dave Chappelle's new podcast or show?
I haven't. You
Show
mean
or
the new
special?
special?
Special, yeah.
I haven't yet. I didn't even know that it came out. I canceled Netflix.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Fucking-
Sorry.
Yikes.
It was Dr. Pepper, by the way.
That's what I said.
I thought you said Pepsi.
Nah, he said Dr. Pepper.
Okay, yeah, it was Dr. Pepper. Yeah, I found it.
We'll watch it in a second.
Okay.
Sweet.
I don't think we can play that song for copyright reasons.
True.
The old copyright strike.
Yeah.
Can you go back in editing and
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah. Why does Joe Rogan get to play whatever clips he wants and never get?
Because Joe Rogan
copyright
owns
struck?
Spotify.
that was actually in his contract.
Yeah,
it
he's
wasn't
like,
just $250 million. It was like,
Why do you think Taylor Swift had to redo all of her songs? 'Cause she's like, I can't have Joe owning me
yo,
while I'm owning Travis.
sorry. Speaking of Taylor Swift, I think this is a good topic. Maybe. So Joe Coy hosted the Golden Globes last night, the Emmys, and he like opened up with one of his jokes. So it was like after it was like a doubleheader. They had 2 football games right before, and he said something. Basically, he opened up with his joke being the Golden Globes. The difference between the NFL and the Golden Globes is we're not showing Taylor Swift as much. Basically, how much they've been covering Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and it got some laughs, and then the camera goes to Taylor Swift's face, and she's just not having it at all, dude. Like and then now the internet's like coming for Joe Coy, saying he like bombed the Swifties, bro. It was pretty funny though, but I thought the joke was a light little punch, and they just like nobody can take it. Like her whole fan base is in uproar, and then like just the way they edited, bro, the way they edited it, like because he said it was like and then like the next it just cut to her face, and she's just like just so bad.
I did a Taylor Swift joke at Apocalypse Tonight recently, but it kind of doesn't work without a PowerPoint. Do you guys mind if I
Go ahead.
Yeah,
please.
So I just don't know if like a lot of people don't like when you run bits.
Run away.
All right. Essentially, there's a lot of people saying that Taylor Swift only attended the New York Jets football game so that when you Google Taylor Swift Jets, it won't show her excessive use of private jets. It'll show her at the game. Which makes sense why when she visited Colorado, she went to the Horsetooth Reservoir.
Yo!
Oh, we like that?
Yes. The Swifties will not, but I love it. Oh my god,
That's really good.
Hilarious.
Come at me, Swifties. How many Swifties do you think you could fight off at a time? Like if they were all coming at you, like
Are they coming at you single file or are you surrounded?
you know what? One
Like,
at a time.
one at a time?
Yeah, they're
I wanna-
sporting about it.
I want to throw this in one of those like war simulators. Have you seen those? Where they'll I want to do like 10,000 Swifties versus 1,000 Kanye fans. Who wins?
How many Swifties can Mike take down with those soft hands?
Dude,
They'd
hey.
be like, ow, wow.
No, I feel like that would be a little weird. I'd probably get arrested. They just call the cops on me
Why?
because they're white women and I'm a black man. So I really couldn't put any hands on them.
It's 2024, bro. Those days are over.
Thank God.
It's
equality. Equality now.
We'll just, compare our Crocs. You know,
You're not wearing Crocs today.
I'm not wearing Crocs today.
No, he's like, hey, bro, let me know when you're out because my boots take like 4 or 5 minutes to get on. So,
Dude, it snowed, man. It's all slushy and shit.
Oh, true.
yeah.
I should have known.
Got to protect the Crocs.
Okay, so I want to go back. That Taylor Swift joke is great.
Oh, thank you.
What was the thought process behind that? And then, and like, since you have started comedy, have you seen like your jokes evolving, or have you kind of just stuck in the lane of like, let's say like, the Anthony Jeselnik's, the shock humors, like have you explored through anything or?
Yeah, I kind of like restricted myself from doing anything that might be controversial or dark in the first, like I'd say 6-8 months that I was doing comedy, because I've seen a lot of people, like there's nothing worse than seeing somebody who's new go up with a dark premise and just bomb it, because it's that, I don't know, I think that like if your joke can be offensive, but it has to be funnier than it is offensive, and if you're new, you're not gonna get there. So you see all these people like coming out with like hot trans takes and stuff in their first month of comedy, and you're like, you're not ready. So I held off on that. But writing, like structure-wise, I feel like my joke writing has always been pretty, like foundationally, like I think my joke writing is strong. But I am getting into like more, like I definitely gotten into more dark humor more recently, especially because they told me to do that at Comedy Works. They said like if you want to get advanced, you'll need to focus on your dark humor, and then I did that, and then the old guard changed out, and Janae's there now, and she told me she did not like my dark humor.
Man, I mean, that's, you gotta, there's all kinds of advice that people are always giving out, but you really gotta, for any comic, focus on what makes you more comfortable and more, more funny on stage. Because I mean, maybe there is a lane of dark humor that you just got to really find that Janae. But I did like that, because everything, and it's you're not necessarily, you don't want to like. I'm not saying just start writing jokes for specific, but like, I don't know. I'll think about like, write this joke, and I know it can be funny. This is funny, but I'll be like, will these 4 different people that come from 4 different backgrounds, 4 different trains of thought, would they be able to find it all funny? Will they all be able to find the common ground in it and be like, oh my God, that's funny? And so it's just like, I don't know. That's what, like, writing clean material, I've realized, or trying to work on clean, is one of the best things to do, because it's like you realize, first off, you think it narrows down your topics. In reality, you can talk about a lot of things clean. It's more of like, how are you presenting the joke? What are you doing? Are there certain topics you're going to stay away from at certain tags? And like, it's helped me, like that past like December, I was saying that holiday clean set that we had to do, I was going into it ready to do a lot of my other material that I hadn't done at Comedy Works, my edgier stuff, my darker stuff. And then they were like, no, holiday clean. And so I'm like, crap. Well, I'm just going to do the stuff I've been doing, but I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to say bitch the 3 times that I do say it. And it ended up like, when I was sitting there focusing on the jokes, I'm literally putting more into the act outs, doing all that. And it was my best set at Comedy Works, dog. Yes. And it's just like, okay. And so now I'm like trying to like take some jokes and be like, all right, how do I make this less just, shock, and actually try to make it and write it and structure it to be funny, instead of just because I say bitch or this motherfucker, like, which is some comics, they'll rely on that. They'll rely on that little shock factor, that yelling, I'm gonna yell this out real quick, and instead of just writing the joke to be funny. I don't know. I don't know if I'm rambling right now. I'm sorry.
No, early on, I started noticing that I was swearing on stage when I wasn't getting a laugh where I wanted it, and so I just stopped swearing on stage for the most part. So, like, only if it's like completely necessary to a joke will I swear on stage, pretty much. Yeah,
your demeanor I feel like would throw people off if you just started cussing or something, because you're very well put together, and like it's obvious, like your vernacular is pretty strong, vocabulary. So it's like, yeah, dude, if you get on stage, I'm like, okay, what are you gonna say? Like. You know how people talk about, like, when someone's set's going bad, or like they're new, and it's like, oh, this TED Talk, thank you for that TED Talk or whatever. There are certain comedians, though, that could literally go up there, treat it like a TED Talk, but have motherfuckers, and that have people rolling just because of just like, you well thought out, you have your jokes, and boom, and it's like, you can actually like present your. It's just different different styles of comedy, different thought processes.
Yeah, I was thinking about what you were saying earlier about having like writing jokes that appeal to everyone. I feel like I like intentionally don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I took Christy Buckley's class, and like they have like such a specific form of writing where like you can always like hear the rise comedy writing. Like they're always trying to make their stuff relatable to everyone in the audience. And I just learned early on that like I enjoy my jokes and my premises more when I'm speaking to my experience and like speaking just on myself. And it doesn't like, if the joke is funny enough, you don't have to relate it to the audience. They don't have to be able to see themselves in the joke to understand what's funny about it. And like I always, like every time I do Comedy Works, I'll have like I know who my audience is, and it's like young dudes. And I know who hates my jokes the most, and it's young, pretty white chicks. Like they like, there's always one frowning if there's a big enough audience, like in the, like, and I'll always see them. And but what's also funny is that like weirdly, so I have that STD joke about having an STD. Actually, not true. That's what I thought the ball infection was.
Oh,
Nice.
Because the doctor, the guy at the hospital, the urologist, they all told me like, oh, this is chlamydia for sure. It's just like, because chlamydia can spread to your testicles, cause orchitis, but mine was caused by trauma. So that's what they thought it was. So I wrote that joke thinking I had an STD, but I wanted to set the record straight. I still clean bill of health, folks.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, where was I? Oh, so yeah, I've been telling that STD joke, and I swear, like more women have come up to me to give me their number after sets that include that than before. And I'm like, am I like dog whistling to chicks who have herpes or something? That like
that is a little concerning. That's kind of a red flag.
You're so open about it that these chicks are like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a shot of penicillin. No.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, this girl came up to me after my most recent Comedy Works set and gave me her number, and she had a cold sore, like at the time, like an active cold sore at that moment. And so
birds of a feather,
dude, right?
She's like, oh, I haven't seen you on the dating apps. Where have you been?
Yeah, I've also seen girls on dating apps who like their first picture is them with a cold sore, and I'm like, for sure they're dog whistling to other people to let them know, like, yo, if you've got it, we don't have to use protection. I already got it too. Like, have I uncovered something? Have I gone too deep?
No. I think this is fascinating. Is actually, I feel like you openly being able to talk about your sex experiences and
fake ones.
How you were just so nonchalant about it's just a shot. I think those girls are like, I'll let him give me a shot.
I don't like that you made eye contact when you said that.
I like to stare down my host when I say weird things. So, or my guests, excuse me.
Yeah, I'm definitely stealing STD Valor by telling that joke, though, which I also need to retire.
STD Valor?
Yeah, I'm stealing Valtrex Valor.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
We're going to get a flood of emails from the STD community.
Bro, you might get a sponsorship.
He's not.
Actually.
Trojan man. Oh my God. Yeah.
Dang, I'm trying to think of what the man.
Well, no, I mean, I think you both hit up on it. Is like people will laugh at your experiences as you're telling them because they're whether or not that they can empathize with you. It's more like, oh, this guy went through a funny scenario and he wants to talk about it. And I think relatable or not, like you tell a story about how, your kids are little assholes or, you got testicular torsion. Someone's going to be like, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be for everybody, but I don't know.
So how often are you writing?
I write once a week, generally.
Did you take away from that class? Like, would you recommend that class to comedians who are just starting up or who have been in the game for a little bit? Or is that kind of just like a you thing where you're like, I want to do this because I'm more curious?
What I liked most about it was that I didn't understand the structure of the Denver comedy scene, and it gave me like insight into that. like the Comedy Works system and, you know, networking, getting hosting gigs, producing all these different like aspects that nobody really tells you about. You have to like really immerse yourself to get there. It's like a nice way to dip your toe if you aren't ready to like jump in fully to doing open mics multiple times a week. And, you know, going out, or if you have difficulty like meeting people, you'll meet people. Like I met Christina Tردini's in that class. And,
Nice.
like, she's like still one of my like best comedy friends. So yeah, we like, I wouldn't have that friendship without the class. Wouldn't have like gotten the same introduction to comedy as I did. And yeah, it gave me like, they also set you up like your showcase is a 5-minute set in front of like the hottest audience, like the 101 showcase. So that's like a big boost of confidence to get you like ready to go out and experience the hell of the mics.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it was right
Okay.
for where I was at that time. I've known people who went back and took it after they'd been in the mic circuit, and they're like, this was pretty useless at this point. But if you're looking for like a kick in the ass to get you into it, it was the right move for me.
It's like, yeah, getting your feet wet before you just dive and head in, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Because, like, I mean, the open mics are very intimidating if you're a newcomer. Like, everybody's kind of clicked off. And, I mean, I even am kind of dismissive towards people who come up and talk. Jesus Christ, this guy at Monkey Barrel the other day comes up to me and he's like asking me all these questions about getting into comedy. I'm like, I don't think you're going to still be here in 2 weeks, so I don't want to waste my time having this conversation. And that's how everybody, like, I'm not trying to big dog him or anything, but, like, I'm just like, you interrupted a conversation I was having with friends to ask me mundane questions. So, like,
It was me.
cut your teeth first. It was Jordan. It's like cut your teeth and then start introducing yourself to people.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I did.
Yeah.
I like stayed very much to myself until I like started slowly like meeting people, and like people would come and be like, "You're funny. That was a great set." And then I'd like continue to talk, but I didn't like push myself onto people, which is why it took me a while to start getting booked. But that was also okay with me because I was getting booked before I was ready anyway.
Right.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your first few 10-minute sets, you're like, 3 of this is trash.
yeah. You're like throwing all your, like, I remember first 10 minutes and it was like, I'm writing all my jokes down and I'm like, I think this is 10 minutes, you know, and then it's like, okay, yeah, that was, then you realize some of those jokes weren't, you know, I remember some of those jokes weren't ready, but like, yeah, I mean,
I didn't start riffing or even interacting with the crowd at all until like honestly like 5 months ago. So I was just joke, like all material, which is not what every crowd wants. And that's what I realized when I would like the first showcase I bombed was the co-working space, the rooftop show that
I don't know that one.
That fucking Austin Langley runs.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just bombed. I like didn't. Like, I got, like, tiny laughs at every joke, but they really wanted people to interact with them. And, like, I just didn't feel that in the moment or know how to address it. And I was like, oh, I have a huge blind spot or weakness that is not being able to interact with the crowd. So I've been, like, focusing on that more recently.
Yeah.
How did I get there? I had something else I wanted to say. Lost my train of thought. And, yeah, your first few feature sets. Yeah, like, Garrett booked me for Locust. That was my first booking, and I had never done more than 5 minutes, and he was like, yeah, 10 minutes tomorrow, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to really throw some shit together. So I did actually have 10 minutes, but not all of it. Like, most of that stuff's retired by now because it wasn't great in the first place. So
how much material do you think you have retired? You've been like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I keep track of it, actually.
Yeah.
I think I probably have 8 minutes that I've retired, and I have like 14 that's active.
Wow. That's actually super cool. Like, you keep all the statistics, like, that's awesome.
Well, it's how I keep track of how much I'm writing too, because I keep track of when I first write a joke or when I first come up with a premise. I'll just like make a note in my notes app. I like generally write with Google Docs, and then I can see how much I'm writing that is like A material and B material, and like just kind of pushes me to continue to add new stuff to my set, because I think that if you're not like retiring. Like you can still have your set 10. It seems like a lot of people run the same 10 for a really long time and don't change it or update it. But I think that if you want to continue to grow, like you have to keep writing and keep improving.
Oh yeah, that's 100% true. Yeah.
Yeah, you're known for that, Mike.
Dude,
Somebody had to say it.
oh, bro, I don't know. I don't like. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I mean, just for me, it's like I don't know. I going as many mics as I do. I'll get bored with the joke. And then I'll just be like, all right, let me just something else, dude. And it was like for months. I mean, it was like for a few months that I was literally hitting every like when I wasn't working at the Improv every single night. I'm still basically I do it the same, but like every single night, me and Beaver were going to 2, 3, 4 mics a night. 4 nights out of the week, and I'm one of those. I have very little patience. So if I'm doing a joke, and I'm like, okay, if it's good, I'm like, all right, it's cool. I'll work it a little more, and then I'm like, all right, dude, I gotta get something else. Or if it's not good, I'll keep doing it. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm putting it to the side. I'm doing something. I don't write normally like how you do sit down and write. I just don't, and I forget a lot of shit, and then like I'll remember some shit on stage. Then oh yeah, let me talk about that. Like I wanted to say that, but yeah.
One thing I'm trying to get better at is telling jokes that I'm tired of.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's very important because you'll see like obviously once you get to like headliner status, they're telling the same joke every night, like the same 45 minutes or whatever, a million times over, and they still have to act like they're enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the performance piece that I feel like I don't have yet, that I really want to be able to act enthusiastic even when I'm really just not feeling it that day.
Yeah.
And yeah, that I literally retired a bunch of jokes and have shelved them because I can't fucking talk about my dad on stage anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm just so tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I do like a 15 or 20 minute set, like I have to bring them back out. And I want to act like I like it.
Yeah.
And then honestly, when I haven't told it in a while, I'm like more into it than I would be if like my opener was still like a joke I didn't love.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. It makes a lot of sense.
You are great at riffing though, Mike. I was using that at Punchline Jeopardy, which I fucking bombed at. But very low stakes. I don't really mind.
That's a fun show though.
It seems very fun. I just wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't on my toes that night. But you did a great. Like I really enjoyed watching your responses to the prompts and everything. It was very funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I want to get better at riffing. Like I don't know. I still feel like I'm not. Like I'll say some things or I'll think of something and I'm like nah, and I'll like put it to the back. But I don't know, man. I need to write more. Whatever I start putting like pen to paper, it's hard for me to like break, because I'm always like ever since I was a kid, whenever I wrote papers or something, mm-hmm. It's one like I say it and people go like, yeah, well that's how you want to write, but I would literally write like how I would talk, like exactly what the fuck I was thinking was went on paper. My teachers loved it, but and like as I'm doing comedy, I'll like write a bunch of stuff and I'll get stuck on that. I'll literally get stuck on the exact words that I wrote in the paper, and then I'll be like, I'll go up there and I'll do it. I'm like, oh, that was fucking terrible. That was ass. And so then I'm like, all right, let me just go and let me have my thoughts, think my points. Maybe I'll write down point 1 or point 2, point 3 or something like that. And then I'll go and I'll just like, and I feel much more comfortable with like not being stuck to, I don't know, something that I wrote down.
I'm the same way. Yeah. I'll have an idea, and then I get stuck on not the verbiage, but the train of thought of that idea is like, this is how I want the joke to go, instead of thinking like, what if I looked at it a different way? Mm-hmm. And then when I do put the pen to paper, it's just like scratch, note, and much like this conversation.
That's what makes getting on stage so important, because you'll have something written and you're like, oh, this is fucking fire, and then you go on stage and you're like, oh god, that didn't go anywhere the way I thought, and then you're like, all right, well, I'm not going to give up on it though, and you go do it again, and then okay, that was a little better, and then you've done it for like a week. And then you realize you've put yourself in different instances, different trains of thought doing the joke, and you realize, oh, it's much better if I say this first, or if I add this, or if I say this, I don't say this at all, blah, blah. And it's just like, I don't know, getting on stage. As much as anyone writes, you got to get on stage. You got to work it out. And I know the open mics are scary. Anybody that's new, go to the open mics. Don't be afraid. Don't be a fucking pussy.
No, be afraid. Just still go.
Yeah, be
Harness that fear,
Be afraid.
Batman.
Harness the fear. But no, dude, like,
But why bats, Mr. Wayne?
you gotta go.
What do we do when we fall, Bruce?
And it's like if you bomb, like if you bombed or getting booed off stage, that's basically the worst that can happen. And you gotta do some crazy shit to get booed off stage. Like, even at the Lions Lair, I've never seen anybody get booed off stage. I don't think, bro. It's come close
On the Gong Show,
I mean,
but not like open
there's some
mics,
crazy
yeah.
stuff, yeah. But no, I'm talking like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me and the way I look at crowds and stuff.
At Thick Skin
Ooh.
one night, I did see them cut this.
Was it that
weird
one chick?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
Did
She's talking about like how fentanyl is like baby blood or something.
she
like
was being
that.
kind of racist too, wasn't she, or something?
Yeah, she's talking about Aunt Jemima for like way too long.
Yeah, and she was saying how she was like a narc or something. She used to be
Yeah.
a narc.
Mhm.
Yeah, that I remember that, dude. That was.
Yeah, that was a wild night.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, they like cut her off, and then who was it? Mo. I think Mo Alexander went up right
Yeah.
after her, and then his first 2 minutes was
Just resetting the room.
resetting the room,
Yeah.
roasting the shit out of her, just kind of like bringing laughter back to the room, and that was. I remember that because I was like, that was like professional. That was a lesson to watch. Because the whole room was literally, if she got off stage, was like, what the fuck was that? What's going on? You could feel it. And then he gets up and immediately addresses it and everybody, and then boom, back. He took like 2 minutes. It was
Imagine if he'd gone into material. Like,
straight into material.
How terrible that would have been without resetting the room.
I mean, he's funny enough. He probably could have, I mean, he's a professional. That dude is, but he knew exactly what, and it was just so like, it wasn't like he was trying or anything. He just got up there, sat on the stool, and it was just like, did she just say nigga? Like, how racist? Like, it was so funny. And the whole crowd, like, and him being a black dude, I think, and he knew it. He was like one of the only people that could probably break that tension. And so he goes up there, immediately addresses it, and then it makes it to where the whole audience is like, no, you can laugh. That was stupid as fuck. Now laugh at her with me. And it was, yeah, that was, man.
You mentioned like the skill set or like skill difference. You know what I've noticed, like producing shows, Tie House every second and fourth Wednesday. Yeah. So what I've noticed is just you can actually see such a skill difference in like just features versus headliners. Like the headliners that like I booked Jeff Nelson for the first one, and Lane Mignon and Hannah Popkin.
Yeah.
And who else we had? We got Lou Ferris this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Tie House.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and it's just interesting to see like how much like they'll like we'll have like a weird crowd one night, but that doesn't affect somebody who's like at headliner status, who's been doing it for like 5+ years and like really like is tightened in, like knows what they're doing, because they can work like any crowd. Like it's like sometimes you can blame the crowd for you having a bad set, but ultimately if you have like the experience and the skills, you can break any crowd.
Yeah.
And that's been like really interesting to watch.
That's very true. That's 100% true, dude. I've seen that happen a lot at the Improv because, yeah, I mean, either the host or sometimes it happens to where just somebody on the bill doesn't really fit. Maybe they're too much like the headliner, or they're too different. The energy is completely different from the host and the headliner, and the whole room the energy will change completely, and then the headliner will come on, and I've seen it happen. You'll see him work for about 5 minutes, and like having to fill out the room, and then boom, there's like, all right, I got it, and then they'll go for a fucking hour, and it's watching that is like, oh shit, and you see the years of experience. It's like that's why the headliner you can tell has been doing it for 20-25 years, and their feature's been doing it for maybe 10.
Have you seen a headliner bomb? I have. I've got 2.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen a couple headliners. Like, I'm not gonna throw because these are. I mean, but I've seen a couple like struggle. Whether it was just the crowd, the crowd that was in there wasn't prepared for them. Like it was a comped crowd, and a whole bunch of people got
on
free
papers.
tickets and just, well, we're just going to go to the show. And they end up, and it's someone that they just come, they're like, what the heck? And
You
I've
heard it
seen
here
them
first.
struggle.
Mike said that Steve Byrne had a bad set.
Oh no, dude! Steve Byrne kills, bro. Steve Byrne had. I was told about this because I don't work at the Improv anymore. This is very fresh, but I was just told Steve Byrne had all kinds of comedians coming through this past weekend. Like it felt like an actual comedy club.
Nice.
That Dan was telling me. Desi Banks just popped in on like a Friday night. Him and his entourage.
The word got out. You're like,
Dale-
finally,
Quinn,
Mike's gone.
Quinn Dale hopped in or came in. Fuck you, man. No, but yeah, dude, and this is where you realize why they're headliners professionals too, because I mean they'll realize real early. I'm like, all right, this ain't my crowd, but I'm gonna still do what I gotta do, and they go up there and they'll give a minimum of 50 minutes. They'll give a minimum of an hour, like they're getting paid to do, and they do it, and it's like. That comes with years. You have years, hundreds of hours on the stage.
Yeah, have you done the calculation to see how far you are from 10,000 hours? Do you all know that 10,000 hours makes you an expert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at like 2.
1,000?
No, like 2 hours.
Oh.
No, I actually did the calculation, and it was way less time than I thought it was. Because do you know how many times you got on stage last year?
No.
No? Over, under 200.
Over.
Over?
Yeah,
I would
easy
figure,
over.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, oh, easy. No, I just know my body told me how tired I was. No, yeah.
What about you? Over, under 200?
Over 150.
150?
That's still solid. Yeah. Grayson, he was sitting last week. He was saying his goal is to do 200 this year.
He did 200 last year.
Right. I was just giving him shit. I was like,
we were like,
where's your goal?
Because Beaver literally, his goal is to
Beaver
do
hit
500
by like June.
Yeah, he's trying to hit 500 this year, bro. And the thing, he's probably going to do it. I mean, I think I won't be too far behind him, to be honest. Unless
Well, if you're following him everywhere.
Hey, man, shit.
Yeah, I'm just now starting to take tabs of all. My goal is 150 this year.
150?
Fuck yeah. If you do 150, bro, you'll get so much better, man. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah, I grew a lot last year.
That's stage time. And that's actually, and Steve Byrne, it's funny, his podcast, Comedy Pinata, if you're a comic out there, go to Steve Byrne's podcast, not just this one. It's called Comedy Pinata. It's a comedian's, it's a comics podcast. He gets one or two guests on there, comedians that have been doing it, because he's also a legend. Steve Byrne, I don't care what anybody says, he's been doing it for 20 plus, close to 30 years. He gets whoever he wants, and what they do is they go, and it's not that long of a podcast, but they'll put on 2 to 3 bits of comedians, they're random, that they have no idea who they are, and they'll play the bit, and then they just dissect it. They talk about what they like about it. They talk about in between. They talk stories of comedy. They talk about what comedians should be doing, and then at the end they play one of their own bits from someone that's on the show, and they talk shit about it, whatever. But it was on that I've gotten so many tidbits. But he was saying it was one of those. It was like a 5-minute. They talked about. He was like getting on stage, like the emphasis of getting on stage. As much as we want to be comedians, that's the only time you're going to get better. That's the only time you can't work out a joke. Where else you're at the office in front of people, and they're like, getting on stage is the biggest thing. Even if like you're
the office
tired.
is a great way to get sent to HR too. So.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
You said what?
But yeah, man, getting the experience,
Tina
getting
from
on the
marketing
mic.
didn't like my incest joke.
That bitch.
That's what happens when you're from Alabama.
Yep. Taking shots for no reason.
None.
No.
Roll Tide.
Got to get into the mean spirit, because I'm gonna be roasting Mike here soon.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That'll be fun.
No, it'll be fun for one side.
Mike, what's your record?
1-5.
Really?
Yeah. I beat Jeremy.
Oh, wait, I was there for that. Yeah.
I lost to Beaver.
Well, he told a fucking George Floyd joke for his closer.
Ooh.
and-
Yeah, idiot.
Dude,
that
last
was
night, Chet has this joke. I'm not going to ruin it, but it's essentially there's a 3/5 line in it.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
There were actually black people in the crowd last night.
Yes.
And he starts telling, like, he just says the premise, and Noah Jones was there, and I was like, Noah, this is gonna be great. This is about to bomb so fucking hard, and he told the joke and the 3/5 punchline, and it just silence and me dying laughing in the back. But no,
Was this at River?
no, this was at Chet does a show, Karma House.
Oh.
Karma House Comedy at the Karma House in Lakewood every first Sunday of the month.
Nice.
That's the Kava. It's a Kava bar, right?
Yeah. I
Okay.
tried kava last night for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Like the fast casual kava place?
no kava, like the root.
Oh.
tea.
Yeah, it's like a natural herb you drink to be social. And they say, well, you have to drink. It's like more of it, right?
Yeah. The first time.
The
to
first
get
time you have to
feeling.
drink a lot.
Yeah, my mouth just went numb. So.
Yeah, that's basically all that happened to me. I was like, I don't get it. I was like, just give me some weed, please.
Yeah.
Let's smoke
Yeah,
a
my mouth
joint.
is numb, so I couldn't taste all the dick I was eating on stage.
Oh Lord,
Nice.
you didn't have a good set.
Nah, I had a good set. I just wanted to tell that joke.
Oh, okay, well, okay, it was a good
He's
joke.
just sex positive. So what?
Oh, media positive.
I'm so sex positive, I'll do gay shit just to be an ally.
Yes. So speaking of that,
Oh, so
what made you jump in from wanting to do just stand up to wanting to do stand up and producing shows?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to produce from pretty early on. I've wanted to produce an open mic initially, but I kind of like producing a showcase better. It's less chaotic. It's more like you have more control over everything that's going on. And yeah, Grayson and I talked about for a while that we both wanted to produce a show, and then we were just at the Thai House, and we started talking to the owners and pitched them on a show, like a free show that we would do just to prove the concept. And we packed the place out. We've packed it out most of the times we've done it, and it's been very fun. It helps you get booked a lot because there's a lot of quid pro quo, like you book me, I book you kind of deal. So my schedule's filling up more, and also it lets you like introduce yourself and also show your comedy to other people within the scene who otherwise wouldn't get to see you have a good set. Like a lot of times I'll realize that I'm judging people too harshly on their comedy because I've never seen them in like a good room.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be like, wait, so and so is like a good comic. I've only ever seen them bomb, and then you see them on a showcase, and you're like, oh, they actually just crushed. So you like get a different perspective on people as well when you're doing shows,
Yeah.
and also you get to see who is a snobbish dick
No.
that will be like, oh, what? Like you ask them if they want to do your show, and they're like, oh, I don't know, and they have like a million questions that they want to qualify, and then they show up, and it's like a packed room and good pay, and they're like, hey, sorry, I was like being a big dog, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, well, maybe just don't do that in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're producing just the Thai House right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was producing Rockabilly's with Garrett, but that show.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Honestly, we just couldn't figure out how to market it in that area. So,
Yeah.
like, Arvada's like kind of a difficult area, and also, we just wanted to get off Dylan's turf. He produces a show that's in the same
Ross,
fucking
yeah.
strip
Mm-hmm.
mall.
I've only been to that twice, and like he's been telling me to go to it for a year, and I finally went to it in the past month, and that's a good room. It's a really good room, Howie Rawson's Lounge. On
I went to it when it was just starting out, so I haven't been to it in a while.
dude, it's there's good crowd, like good non-comics, and then there's a lot of comics there. I was surprised, like because I went like the night before Christmas Eve.
It was the night before Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and it was like
And all through Howie's Rolston's Lounge.
it was a white elephant, the
Oh,
gift
yeah,
exchange
I heard
thing.
about
That was fun as shit. It was a bunch of people in there, and it was fun as hell. And then I went this past weekend, and it was a lot of people. He didn't even do the showcase, just the open mic, and it was a good number of people there. And he normally has a showcase before, but yeah, dude, that is a good room. I feel like maybe that show, because it's so close of vicinity, maybe get some of the same customers that they're like, well, we go to the one on Friday or Saturday, or because it's the night before, because Howie's is on Saturday, and that show was on Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there wasn't that much overlap. I think it's just like with producing, you kind of get out what you put in. And I only learned all my producing lessons from the Tie House show, which started there was only like a month of overlap between those two. So I learned a lot from producing Tie House, and then about papering the neighborhood and finding local businesses that'll let you put your flyers up, starting Eventbrites, doing all the Facebook groups, all these different things that you learn relatively quickly, but I didn't know in time to help save the show. So essentially that's what happened.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. If I could do it different, I would have been able to market it more effectively and maybe build it up. But that's water under the bridge.
Yeah, dude, it's like you live and you learn, man. Yeah.
And comedy is all about making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Learning from them.
Learn from. That's facts. Hell yeah, dude. This has been a good.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
I told you
we're at
we're
an hour
getting nerdy.
18 right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Shit. How do we want to?
I'm curious, I have a couple questions for you guys.
yeah.
So how did,
Fire away.
and if y'all have talked about this on previous podcasts, then whatever. But how did this partnership come about? I assume you've touched on it a little bit, but it does seem a bit like an odd pairing.
I was picking beans and peas in the field down back in Alabama, and he just saw me. He was like, "Man, that's a big strong one." I'm just kidding. He's just motherfucker.
That was exactly it. I said, "Hello, boy. Can you come
Yo!
here? You're gonna take some shots. I can do it too."
Boy!
Jordan's like, I bought him at auction.
I said, "We are podcasting now."
I was talking about Farmville, man, on Facebook, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
It only lets you say 2 words at a time. No, I got started in February, and I don't know a ton of people. And Mike has been gracious enough to be one of the first comedians that
Put up with.
Yeah, he puts up with me. And so I was just kind of tossing the idea around of doing a podcast, and I was like, I like the chemistry that we have. I like the juxtaposition that we have, because it's like things that you wouldn't expect me to say. I'm saying go Hamas, and
Jesus Christ.
Mike's literally face palming.
yes, and then it's just Mike saying things like Jesus Christ. I needed the religious aspect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to balance out your Islamic radical.
Oh, we were always hanging out at Mike's and stuff, man, and he just hit me. He's like, dude, I got an idea. I want to start this podcast because he's a radio show. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. And
nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. All right. I was just curious about that. All right. Next question.
He was like, well, that was boring.
It was, but I wasn't gonna say it in so many words.
No, come on, do Tony Hinchcliffe, man. Come on.
I absolutely love it. Incredible.
Okay.
All right. Mike, Big Mike being your nickname, are you aware of the Big Mike conspiracy? Hang on, Jordan.
The Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are weird. I'm like, what?
And are you also looking to trans to get to first woman or first lady status?
These are the hard-hitting questions I've been too afraid to ask.
No, I think that's. Look, I like conspiracy theories just like the other person, but when I first heard about them, I'm like, is this a joke? And then I go and I'm like, I still don't know if people seriously think this or if it's just. And I'm like, that's.
My conspiracy theory
like,
sniff test is always like, can I conceive of a motive? And I literally can't think of any reason why they would need Barack to be married to a trans woman, but also hide that she's a trans. Like, there's literally no motive. Do you feel what
I
know exactly.
They whiffed on the birth certificate. So they're just trying to throw things that make it stick.
Like, it's so funny the more I think about it, I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know, man.
I mean, they definitely killed that chef, though.
For sure. For
Definitely
sure.
killed that chef. But then the people, then I saw people immediately on, because I'm on right-wing Twitter, only the farthest right-wing takes are what I want. If I want anything balanced or left-wing, I'll go to Reddit for that. I want just the most deranged. Twitter takes I can find. So like I immediately saw the news about the chef drowning.
Yeah.
And I saw people immediately jump into like, oh, must have seen Big Mike's dick.
Oh my god.
It's like maybe the two aren't related. Like he definitely knew too much, but what did he know?
Right? I mean,
they were saying that also, I mean, just the Barack conspiracies are so funny. The Tucker bringing on just some like crazy dude to talk about sucking Barack's dick is so hilarious.
wait, Tucker Carlson did this?
Yes, and that's
brought on
not
a
even the
guy
first
to
time
talk
this
about-
dude has tried to
What?
get in the
Yeah, but
limelight.
Tucker
Yeah.
Carlson put him on his program just to talk about how they smoked crack and then Barack sucked his dick. Or he sucked Barack's dick or whatever. But that's another one where I don't know. It's fun watching somebody like live their best life like Tucker is right now, where he can just go out and be like, I'm gonna find like I don't care about like how relevant this is. I'm gonna find the most fun person and put them on. Like that he also put on that the president of Argentina, just that wild boy.
Oh yeah,
Guy
like
who's like trying to dismantle all of Argentinian like government, which honestly like fucking go for it.
the
Have
libertarians
fun.
are loving this.
Yep. Mhm.
But yeah, I actually have a burner right-wing Twitter account,
Oh yeah.
and
No, mine's my main account.
well, yeah, mine's verified.
Oh my
I don't care.
And
I don't post, but I definitely like some shit. If you look through my likes, that I probably shouldn't. And it's not like I support this. It's like, damn, that's funny.
I got you. No, look,
I want that to be on the record.
I completely got you because there's a couple like I had to go and like hide some posts and like unfollow, but there's a couple pages that I follow strictly to just so I can like it basically like know it's like okay they really think this is so crazy shit, man. Like and then the best part, it's actually the worst part, but go to the comment sections on these posts and that's where the real like entertainment, because you'll like that hive mentality, bro. You see a comment, it's got a couple thousand likes, dog, and then it's just the most, and it'll be like some of the most just.
Yeah, you'll see like a lot. Like I think that, all right, and this might be controversial, but I think that there's not nearly as much racism in the world as a lot of people think there is. But people who like people who are like perpetually online are obviously going to think the world's more racist because they're seeing a lot of trolls posting racist shit. But like, I don't think that genuinely is who that person is. I think that they know how to get a rise out of people, and I think that liberals are really fun to troll. So I think that it like people, and Mike's at me like very, very much like he doesn't feel this way, but that's okay. I'm not trying to.
No, I'm.
look,
as
a white man, I really don't think racism is that big of a deal.
I really think a lot of people do hide it, and they might not be writing these comments, but they're definitely going and liking them. I definitely,
me,
I
bro.
definitely, I know.
But you're doing it ironically.
I mean, the thing is, bro, I have conversations with people all the time. And the amount of times that people say things that I have to look at them like, the fuck what did you just say? And they just think it's perfectly normal. I'm like, that was completely like, that was pretty fucked up. But I also think a lot of these, I learned a lot of bots. Like I really, that's not a conspiracy. And to me, it's not a conspiracy, but I think a lot of the shit are bots that are planting this stuff there for people to go and be like, oh, and they think it like, you don't have to go out and say it, but if you're thinking that, and I think that's what the past 8 years, the presidential elections and all this shit is. People are like they can go and live their lives regularly, but then how they really feel, they can go online and say some things and kind of get it off their chest. This is how I feel, and then they'll get some people to like it, and then it's like, okay, cool.
Before you know it, you're storming the Capitol.
All right, you're listening to Racism Reality Check with Big
Right.
Mike.
I'm saying there were, I mean, we can say, but there were like, how many tens of thousands of people that walked on the fucking Capitol? If not, it was a couple 100,000 or something.
Yeah, a few of them weren't even feds.
Yeah. Well, that's how I feel about a lot of the the race riots. Black Lives Matter movement, like the violent protests, because I mean, if you actually look at the numbers of the amount of violent protests that happen, It was more than like 90% were actually pretty peaceful and nothing happened. And a lot of the videos and stuff we were sent that we were forced, a lot of them were the same. I watched a lot of live streams for a lot of this stuff, and it was not as. My sister, in the Army, she got sent up to Kenosha.
Damn.
And she said they were literally
Defend Rittenhouse.
Basically all these state governments spent millions of dollars to send these soldiers there. My sister was like, it was pointless for them to be there. She said they were basically on the front lines for like the first 2 days. Nothing fucking happened. So they reduced the guard down. And then she said by the end, they weren't doing anything. They were there for a week. By the end of the week, they were just doing training in like the high school gym, like doing taser train, they were tasing each other and pepper spraying each other in the gym.
Tased?
No. And I don't.
Pepper sprayed?
No.
No.
My sister has. She's crazy. I saw the video of her actually she took it like a fucking G. Like you hear, they're in the gymnasium, and people are just lined up. They got the mats, and you hear people in the background, and you see her. She goes. she don't even. She goes. It kind of goes to her knees. I'm like, God damn, that's my little sis.
I picture your sister as like the Michelle to your Big Mike.
She's small. My sister is skinny. My sister was like skinny as a rail. Like I was tall and big. My sister was tall and skinny. Like ran cross country and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like an athlete. She never got tired. Like never ever got tired. So, I mean, she wants to get into boxing now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, which I'm like, I'm ready. I want to help her train because that was my thing. That's when I got into high school. I got into boxing, and
nice.
Yeah, so I'm proud of her.
Yeah, he's lobbying hard to get my kids in boxing. So
I love
boxing, wrestling, dude. That's like those sports, in my opinion. Now, I think pretty sports are pretty very helpful in teaching teamwork, doing your part. You know what I'm saying? Putting work in and then getting benefits from that. Sports are very important, especially team sports. You're learning, but when it comes to like self-confidence and having, like I can do this no matter what it is, boxing or wrestling, they put you through the mental. They do it, but then at the end of it, and you win, your hands raised. You're like, that was me. It gives you a certain, but it also makes you respect. It's built off of respect because it's such a dangerous thing that like you won, but then you still dap up, you help your opponent, they're knocked out or they fucking got a broken, like damn, like because that shit happens. I really feel like people really do need to take more of like martial arts or like, even if it's just boxing because it's such a simple thing and it's like, but
yeah, I'd love to not lose every fight I've ever been in.
Right?
Yeah,
and
I have a nothing but losing record right now.
Damn, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, it can only get better. You can tie.
That's true. Yeah. I could tie.
Holler at John Henry for jiu-jitsu lessons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, jiu-jitsu is great if you go to... See, I'd be fine. I'm fine on the ground. I wrestled in high school. I know how to do that. It's getting punched and striking and stuff that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
Also, I don't like pain. I have a very low pain tolerance. So,
you waited 2 days to go to the doctor because your ball was the size of a kiwi. You're like, I have low pain tolerance.
I just wasn't moving much. I was just sitting the whole time. I had like a chair with wheels on it, and I would just like fucking pitter my little feet around to drag me through the house. Yeah, it was pretty
That'll
fun.
probably save your life one day, honestly. If that means you'll probably like listen to your body more. I mean, I'd have a pretty high pain tolerance, and I probably should have been like, I don't go to the doctor too much. I probably should have been to the doctor a few times. Dude, I had a slipped rib in the middle of COVID.
Slipped rib?
Yeah, dog. And I went to work for like 3 days.
For coughing too much? Or
No, dude, I woke up. I don't know what it was. I literally have no idea it happened. But after
You're not supposed to eat the bones, too.
Yeah! This has been another episode of...
Mike almost got up out of his chair.
I almost did. That was funny as hell, though. Mike, you're not supposed to eat the bone. Damn. Okay. Shit. That was fun.
How much time you got left before you got to get back to work?
That's a good question. Making noises.
Yep.
Damn, how long of a lunch break you got?
I have a meeting at 1:30, so I'm probably going to go in like 10 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, cool. We can start wrapping it up.
Yeah, we're at an hour and a half.
It's perfect.
This is a good, this is a good long episode, man.
Absolutely. Much better than Grayson's.
Oh,
He had just been bitching like, I need to get on the episode by myself. I just want to be on by myself. I want people to know about me.
Because it was him and Beaver the first time, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then him and Jeremy the second time.
I feel
Big
like Grayson and I would be good on one together.
Mhm.
We also complement one another's styles very well. Like with both like tasking for producing stuff, and also I think that just when we're on a set list together, our energies are just completely different. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
that'd
you
be
come
good on
out
the
calm,
podcast.
collected. He comes out. He's like, bah!
Yeah, he's a little
Yeah.
unhinged. I'm pretty relaxed.
Mm-hmm. He says a lot of things
He does.
that I feel we should be blurring out.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, he just already lost his job. What else does he have to lose?
Oh,
That's true.
Wait, no, he works at the corner store now. I thought.
No,
Right down
no,
the
no,
street.
Yeah, but
no.
he lost his like salaried job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he let those poor Jamaicans
Oh,
off
yeah,
a
he
day
let those
early.
Jamaican-
Off a day
did you-
early.
Dude, I know. Isn't that hilarious?
Oh, all right,
He got
man.
fired on
That,
Christmas.
but if you think about that story, that is one of the most Scrooge as, like, think about the company you work for. Think about the company you worked for. How pieces of shit they're like, oh, you did this. That's fucked up. We were laughing about it, but I was like, dude, that's shit. I want to make sure I never do business with that company. What's the name of it? Anyone know?
Some storage.
Yeah, just go
company.
upstairs. They've got the name on it. But
Oh.
We're gonna dox them. What are we gonna do? Dox them? No, it's
all right, Trey. Where can we find you? What shows do you have coming up? Like, what is on the Trey agenda?
for the month of January.
The
I guess.
Tragenda. Yeah, it's at Trey Marchant Comedy on all platforms. And yeah, I have the Tie House show. That's at Tie House on 38th Ave. Here in Denver, that is the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month at 7 p.m. Always rotating list of comedians, some of the best in Denver. So come through.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, check it out. Tie House is awesome. Good environment. You like nice bar. Everything's open, and
The food is amazing. They
food's
have
great.
they have the happy hour, the dumplings, the wings.
Yeah, all night happy hour on nights we have shows.
Yeah, egg drop soup. I forgot I had the fried. The food's really good too at Thai House. So I will.
once
say
we
that.
start doing ads, it's just going to be for food
facts and Crocs and
Crocs. Yes. All right. Awesome.
cocoa butter.
And
Oh yeah, cocoa.
yes.
I need a cocoa butter sponsor. This is
Ow.
expensive. Palmer's, if you hear me, holler at your boy. No. Yeah. This has been another episode. Bush League show and Big Mike, Black Haggard on Instagram.
You got any shows or anything coming
Mike
up?
Long. I'm getting there. Mike Long on Facebook. I'm doing Long Table Brew House. I believe it's the 18th or the
25th.
The 25th. I'm sorry, I was a week early. I'm doing. I got another show in February. Ephemeral Laughter and Roast
Don't know when,
Battle.
TBD.
Yeah, that's TBD. I'm trying to think, man. I feel like I was just. Man, never mind. But yeah, that's it. I think I have something on the 18th, but I can't.
Well, we'll figure it out.
But yep, that's me.
Sweet. And then my name is Jordan Ward. You can find me Warden_Jord on Instagram. Like Mike mentioned, Long Table. We're going to have a show on the 25th, but starting today, the 8th, I'm going to try and get this episode out today.
You're
Long Table, open mics Mondays, starting at 6, and
what time are your signups?
signups are at 5:30, but I have an Eventbrite link for anybody who's, running through traffic or can't make it before the signup starts. So far, we've got like 4 or 5 comics who've already signed up. So
Sick.
halfway to a record. Anyways, y'all, you have been listening to the Bush League Show. Trey, thanks so much, man, for making it. We really
Thanks for having me,
appreciate you.
fellas. Yeah.
We'll definitely have you and Grayson on at one point just so we can see the chaotic energy.
Yeah.
We can let Grayson know how much better of a podcast we had.
Oh, yeah. We're
With
like,
you.
Grayson, do you write? He's like, what's that?
Yeah.
Writing.
Yeah. He said he only knows like 20 letters out of the alphabet, as a matter of fact.
Oh, which 6 is he missing?
A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y.
Stupid.
Stupid. I'm dumb as hell.
This is where we're leaving it on.
Yeah, this is it.
All right, guys. You've been listening to another episode of the Bush League Show. Check us out everywhere you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.